Erev Tov, good evening, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We rejoice in this Pride Shabbat, in this opportunity for us to celebrate the victories in freedom and equality that we as a movement have fought for, to reaffirm our commitment to the task at hand and to hear the stories of those who are living this experience each and every day. And as part of our worship experience, worshiping with music explicitly written by Jewish members of the LGBT community. So with that in mind, we will turn to page 344. Page 344 as we join together in Julie Silver's Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Page 344.
Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Shir Chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash.
Let's turn to pages 2 and 3 in our prayer books and rise as we are able for the blessing of our Sabbath lights. And we'll welcome up onto the bema Leslie Ann Alpert to lead us in that blessing. Pages 2 and 3.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offering of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel
We may be seated as we continue on page 20, as we join in singing Lecha Dodi, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, remembering to rise and greet the Sabbath bride on the last verse. Page 20 in your prayer books.
Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi, Ya la 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 Likrat Kala, Ya la 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 B'nei Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat nekabel, Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi, יללללי לקראת כלה, יללללי בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בליבו אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. יאללה לך דודי, יאללה לקראת כלה, יאללה בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. יאללה לך דודי, יאללה לקראת כלה, יאללה בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. יאללה לך דודי, יאללה לקראת כלה, יאללה בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, יאללה לך דודי, יאללה לקראת כלה, יאללה בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה. יאללה לך דודי, יאללה לקראת כלה, יאללה בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה.
We may be seated. And even as we welcome Shabbat into our lives, we welcome those in our midst who are in mourning on this Shabbat. And so we turn to the Hershkowitz family, Naomi, Steve, for the loss you have suffered this week. Hamakom yinechem etchem. May the one who is a source of peace and comfort bring you peace and comfort now and in the days ahead. We'll continue in the handout of readings on the first page.
Twilight People by Rabbi Reuben Zellman. As the sun sinks and the colors of the day turn, we offer a blessing for the twilight. For the twilight is neither day nor night, but in between. We are all twilight people. We can never be fully labeled or defined. There are many identities and loves, many genders and none. There are those in between roles at the intersection of histories or in between place and place. We are crisscross paths of memory, destination, streaks of lights whirled together. We are neither day nor night. We are both, neither, and all. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties and soften our judgment and widen our vision. May this in-between light illuminate our way to the God who transcends all categories and definitions. May the in-between people who have come to pray be lifted up to this twilight. We cannot always define, but we can always say a blessing. Blessed are you, God, who brings on the twilight.
We continue in our prayer books on page 145. Page 145.
Yet gadol v'yitkadosh merabo.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yerutei v'yanlich malchutei.
Bechayechon uvyomechon ubchayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala, ubizman kariv.
V'imeru.
Amen. Yesh meraba mevarach. Le'olam olam me'almaya. Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitodol v'yitoleh. V'yitolah. Shemedu kudesha
Brichu.
Le'la min kol birchata v'shirata.
Tushvechata v'nechemata. Damiran bi'alma.
V'imeru.
Amen.
Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai ha'mevorach. Baruch Adonai ha'mevorach. Ha'mevorach le'olam va'ed. Ha'mevorach, ha'mevorach le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated.
Hello. I had the pleasure of being able to represent Congregation Beth Em at this year's Pride celebration down in Dover on June 1st. And at one point, as Sarah and Fluffy and I were at our table, a very large man wearing a yellow shirt came over to us. It said security on his shirt. And he introduced himself to us and said it was his responsibility to keep us safe and that he was there if we needed him. And I thanked him, but I told him that there, in the midst of thousands of LGBTQIA people and their allies, I felt very safe already. What I did not say is that I felt safer there than almost any other place I ever go, except with my immediate family and here at Congregation Beth Emeth. Now, having safe spaces is very important to people like me because even though things have changed a lot in my lifetime, I'm 64 years old, there are still many places where I do not feel safe about being fully open about who I am. I love my wife, Deborah, very much. We've been together for 21 years. And I'm very open about identifying her as my wife. In fact, we've had 3 weddings after all. But it's almost always with the small worry that somebody's going to challenge me or react with surprise or even disgust. But the AIDS epidemic, as horrifying as it was, at least taught us that there are gay people everywhere and in every family. These days, when I come out to a new person, what very frequently happens is that they say I have a gay brother or cousin or sister or aunt or uncle. And though the support of our many allies is crucial, and we love you, our allies, it still means that something like a Pride March or a Pride Festival or a Pride Shabbat is still important, because you don't know who is still out there that's struggling. It's still not easy, and there is still a lot of opposition. The existence of communities like Congregation Beth Emeth and Reform Judaism as a whole, and if you haven't taken a look yet at the insert in your program, which explains Reform Judaism's stance on LGBT, have a read. It's more than just acceptance. It's actively working for change. So I'm very thankful that these institutions take a stand on the rights of LGBTQIA people. It's very important. But I'm also very thankful for the many individual people here who didn't bat an eye when I introduced Deborah as my wife, and who were welcoming to us. So I guess what I'm saying is you're doing it right, and keep on doing it. Doing what you're doing. Just keep taking every person for who they are, and don't look at people as them. Quite a while back, I decided to stop using the word them for people in a different category than myself, because it isolates us. We are all an us. There is no them. Thank you for your love and support, and for being willing not to just accept, but support the part of us that is me.
We turn to page 149, and we rise for the Shema as one congregation.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vayed.
We can be seated, and we'll continue with the chanting of the Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom alevavecha ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבת על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמן.
Back in your handout.
So last year, I decided to hold a Seder at the end of Passover because I wanted to invite people who were busy the first nights. I invited some people for my birthright trip, and I rented an Airbnb in Philly. I had planned to buy most of the ingredients for dinner myself, but some of the guys insisted on going out and getting the ingredients for choroset while we were in the Reading Terminal Market. So I said, okay. I give them a list. I don't think much of it. When we got to the Airbnb, I started setting up the Seder plate, and then something funny happened. Without planning it, 4 of the guys each gave me an orange for the Seder plate. So now, without even asking for it, I had 4 oranges for my Seder plate. Big oranges. My guy friends all thought the oranges had something to do with supporting female rabbis or equality for Jewish women, this sort of generic feminism thing. They weren't totally wrong, but I elaborated for them a little bit. You see, the orange isn't just a general symbol for women in Judaism. It was proposed by Dr. Susanna Heschel to represent the idea that being LGBT isn't a violation of Judaism. It was her answer to the idea that a lesbian belonged to the community as much as a crust of bread did on a Seder plate. Using an orange represents the fruitfulness for all Jews when lesbians and gay men are contributing and active members of Jewish life. We can spit out the seeds of the orange the same way we reject hatred and prejudice. Everyone belongs to the table, regardless of their gender or sexuality. And while we don't need 4 oranges to do it, every orange counts.
Page 152.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh vele nora tehilot oseh vele malchutecha ra'u v'anecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam zeli anu v'yamru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed ונאמר כי פרעה את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני כישראל
I'm a Jewish ally. So much so I named my graphic arts business Jewish Ally. But I've been an ally since long before I was Jewish. I was an ally long before I knew what it meant, before I had anyone in my life that I knew to be a part of the LGBTQ community. I just thought it was how you were supposed to treat people. It stems from the fact that my mother, a nurse, would often talk about her coworkers and patients, in appropriate terms, who were from every walk of life, with respect for each of them. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? Respect for everyone, recognizing their struggle, offering support and love in any way you can while acknowledging and welcoming the fact that there is a rainbow of people in this world. I have often engaged less supportive people in conversation in hopes of helping them expand their respect of others. I've not always been entirely successful, but I keep trying. I hope given the opportunity you will all do the same. If you're unsure how, just ask. For the community itself, I know that Beth MF's presence at places like Delaware and Philly Pride shows that support and respect to so many that find us there, especially our fellow Jews who need reassurances that they can find within their faith those same things. My hope is that we, as an entire congregation, can be Jewish allies.
Page 154, 154.
ושמרו בני ישראל, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל, ושמרו לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו. וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי שבת, שבת וירפש, ושמרו בני ישראל, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו.
Spiritually, physically, we rise for the Amidah.
Adonai תפתח ופיה תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gamel Hasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Bezocher Chastei Avot B'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'nehem, Leman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magid Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatah, Mechakeh Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Samech Nafli Erofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishelei Afar, Michamocha Ba'akivu Brot, Ubidom Melach, Melech Imit, Umechayeh, Umatiach Yeshua, Bene'emah Natan Lachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah kadosh Hashem HaKadosh, Ukdoshim b'chol yom yaleluch hasela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Say before I read this little part. Earlier this year, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about when I was trying to be part of a LGBT cohort. And one of the biggest things that I've learned in my own experience is the importance of not erasing people. So for me, bisexuality, by its very definition, means attraction to both genders. And as a bisexual woman, in theory, that means I could fall for either one. However, there exists a line in the sand. If I live my life with a woman, my queer identity is accepted and understood. But if I fall for a man, I somehow shed my queerness. But I'm not heterosexual. I'm bisexual. I'm not any less queer than when I have a girlfriend. Erasure is hard. Erasure is pressure and loneliness. Our sexuality isn't a choice, and neither is the person we fall in love with. I didn't fall for a man to turn away from my queerness. This concept is confusing for people. It's hard for heterosexuals, and it's hard for the LGBTQ community. What I'm asking is that in order to keep this space sacred and open, is to not turn away. Do not stop reaching out or be fearful of asking questions. If we are erased by either community, we no longer have a seat at the table, and the table is vital to understanding. It is vital to opening the door for people who don't fit in our boxes.
We turn in our service to those in our lives, and we think of those in our lives who are suffering from illness, be it an illness of the mind or body or spirit. On this Pride Shabbat, we think of those who suffer because of their identity, physically, mentally, or spiritually, and we pray for those in our own lives. If there's anyone for whom you are praying, especially at this time, I invite you to share the name. We think of them, we think of others whom we name in our hearts. We think of all who suffer, and we hope they find wholeness. Our prayer for healing can be found on the inside back cover of your Siddur.
Shabbat Avoteinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mi Shabbat Imoteinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Yishabeirach Avoteinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mishaberach Imoteinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
We turn from the words of our mouths to the meditations of our hearts as we pray in silence.
Shalom, bim romav, hoya ase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Shalom bimromav, huya ase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, huya ase shalom aleinu, ve'akol shalom aleinu ve'akol ve'akol Yisrael ve'iveru Amen.
Let's rise now together for Kiddush. And let's welcome any of the kids up onto the bima who want to join us up here. Get a Kiddush cup from Mr. Margulies, president of our brotherhood, who will also be leading us in the blessing, at least in the English of the blessing. There's elaborate choreography going on here. This is exciting. Hebrews on page 5, when we get there.
Let us praise God with the symbol of joy and give thanks for the blessing of the past week, for life and strength, for home and love and friendship, for the disciplines of our trials and temptations, for the happiness that has come to us out of our labors. You have ennobled us, O God, by the blessing of work, and in love have sanctified us by Sabbath rest and worship as ordained in the Torah. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is Shabbat, to be hallowed unto the eternal your God.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uv'ratzon yinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu b'charta v'otanu kidashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'ahava uv'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai b'kodesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Let's stretch our hands out over our children, whether they are on this bima or maybe right next to us, and say over them, may God bless you
May God bless you
and protect you.
and protect you.
May God's light
May God's light
shine in you
shine in you
and inspire you.
and inspire you.
May God's countenance
May God's countenance
ever be turned toward you
ever be turned toward you
and bless you
and bless you
with shalom,
with shalom,
with peace.
with peace.
Amen.
Amen.
Keeping the cups, or are you going to give them back? All right. Cool. We'll remain standing for our Seder Kriyat Torah service for the reading of Torah.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah udvar Adonai miYerushalayim. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah udvar Adonai miYerushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael. Baruch shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato ki mitzion tetzei Torah udvar Adonai miYerushalayim. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah udvar Adonai miYerushalayim.
We can be seated. And we're on bottom of page 930. Not all the way at the bottom. That would be the commentary, which is also good. but most of the way to the bottom of page 930, going up to 931, in your Plout commentary. We just blessed our children with words that we use every week. Where do they come from? Believe it or not from the plate up there. Although there are some longtime Beth Emeth members who will disagree with me. They come from this Torah portion. They come from Parashat Naso. We are taught that with these words, these exact words, as the commentary reminds us, the people of Israel shall be blessed. And lest we think it is Aaron and the priests who are blessing us, it is clear in the text that God is blessing us. God is blessing us. The priests are merely saying the words so that we may receive God's blessing. For those of us who aspire to be allies, for those of us who aspire to holiness, it is an important reminder to us that it is not we who get to bless. It is not our blessing to give or take away. It's not our holiness to give or take away. It's God's. It's God's. We may merely be those who can deliver that blessing, who may be the recipients of that blessing, and we may offer gratitude for either the opportunity to share or to receive. But we don't get to take it away. So again, we're at the bottom of page 930, and I'm going to ask for all those in the congregation who themselves identify as an LGBTQ plus individual, I don't know all the letters, so I'm using plus to cover for myself, to come on forward, and anyone who is the parent or relative of someone who identifies as such. And allies in the room, don't worry, we will be blessing you as well. You can, yeah. We're going to need a poster-sized one. All right. Whenever you guys are ready. Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Va'ed. Amen. V'yidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, God spoke to Moses, saying, Daber el Aharon ve'el banav lemor, say to Aaron and his sons thus, Ko tevarchu et bnei Yisrael, thus shall you bless the Israelites. Amor lahem, say to them, Yevarechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may Adonai bless you and guard you, or keep you, or watch over you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichoneka. May God's face radiate toward you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be lifted up to you, and may you have peace. V'samu et shmi al bnei Yisrael, Vani avarchem. In this way will my name be placed upon the Israelites, and I will bless them.
Before you go, I offer you these words of blessing for LGBTQIA+ individuals and their families. From Andrew Raymer. Our people came out of Egypt a mixed multitude, the spray of dividing waters, sparkling diamonds all around them, We stood together at Sinai, all of us, future, present, past, amid the rumble of thunder and the crack of bright lightning, to enter into the covenant with the one who loves us, in whose shining image we are all created over and over again. We have wandered bleak landscapes, built flimsy tents of skin and then houses of stone. We have planted orchards and vineyards, seen 2 temples rise and then go down in the surging flames, forcing us into exile. We have loved and lost, grieved and danced, transgressed and celebrated, hidden, suffered, thrived. And we gather here this day in the community of our people, a mixed multitude, and we sing out, "Hear, O Israel, we stand together, all of us, descendants of the single first human created on the 6th day, and of our myriad parents down through the generations, too numerous to name. We stand together, link arms, and pray. Blessed are you, God of the universe, who sanctifies us with the commandment to love ourselves and one another in all our varied ways, and blesses us with a diamond-bright radiance that still ripples out from your first spoken words of creation. We bless you all, and we say together,
Amen.
Now you can go sit.
Well, not quite yet. Actually, David, would you grab the shmata? Deb, would you take that? There you go. We'll rise for Hagbah and Galilah, the lifting up and dressing of our Sefer Torah, and we'll remain standing to put the Torah back, and we'll stay standing for Aleinu L'Shabbat.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לבני בני ישראל. אנכי אדוני ליד משה. חיים למה חזיקימה בתומך מאושר דרכך דרכנו בכל נתיבותיך שלום השיבנו Adonai Elecha Benashuva Chaydish Chaydish Yaminu Chaydish Yaminu Kekedem.
Page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהן, בגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
And on page 287.
ונאמר וחיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. on page 291. Page 291. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and not but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can only tell us what we were, in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world, and each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one whose life now ended brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose. If you are in the first 30 days of your mourning, the period of Shloshim, I invite you to rise at this time. And if you are in the first year of your mourning, I invite you to rise. If you observe a yard site, the anniversary of a loved one's passing, this Shabbat, I invite you to rise at this time. And mindful that we are observing the third anniversary since the Pulse nightclub shooting for all those who died because of a letter attached to their identity. We rise, all of us, together as we turn to page 294 and we join in Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah B'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon of yomechon U'v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala u'bisman kari v'imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei d'kudusha b'richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi Shalom Rabbah min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those who we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We remember Bryant Lur, Jacqueline Kanofsky, Robert Hershkowitz, Ruth Cantor, Sadie Diamond, Louis Diamond, Alice Epstein, Edna Goldberg, Sadie Heisler, Edward Kramen, Andrea Lipschutz, Joseph Silver, Abraham Stein, and Rose Stolper. And I would ask if you have a name to add, feel free to do so as I scan around the room. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing as we say, Amen. Please be seated. Yasher koach to all of our participants in tonight's service, and a special Yasher koach to Sarah Kittinger, chair of what used to be our outreach committee. I'll learn the name of it someday. I can't ever remember it. I'm getting old. But many, many thanks for all the hard work you did for putting this service together and all the work you have done to arrange and to coordinate and to make sure that this service happened. This service doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens as a result of our values as a congregation. It happens as an outgrowth of who we are and who we aspire to be, with a recognition that just as we as Jews have often suffered and struggled with acceptance, with safety, we are mindful of those who, even now, even today, even in this world that we think has had so much progress, still suffer and are still in need of safety. So we pledge ourselves as congregants and as a community to continue to go out and do that work. In addition, part of our work is to offer comfort. So as I said before, after Lecha Dodi, we offer comfort to Naomi Hershkowitz and to her family, to the family of Jacqueline Konofsky, our congregant, hoping that they find comfort in the days ahead. Torah study tomorrow morning with service in the round at 9:30. And even though it's summer, we still got stuff going on. So come for all the stuff, including there's a special program, not here, but at Mainline Reform on Monday night with Gilad Kariv from the Israel Religious Action Center. There's a flyer for that out in the hall. I hope you take a look at that, as well as the flyer that Jan pointed out for our LGBTQ work in the Reform movement. We're going to conclude our service as we began, joining together with our cantor in song. We're going to sing together Adon Olam on page 321, I believe. I still have that. Let's all rise.
Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra v'yein nasa v'chefso kol azar melech shemo nikra v'yein nasa v'chefso kol azar melech shemo nikra Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra v'yein nasa v'chefso kol azar melech shemo nikra ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ואין נעשה בחפצו כל הזר מלך שמו נקרא והוא אחד ואין שני להמשיל לו ולהכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא אין נעשה בחפצו כל הזר מלך שמו נקרא והוא אלי וחי גולי וצורכת לי ואין צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ואין נעשה בחפצו כל הזר מלך שמו נקרא בידו הפקיד רוחי בעת ישן והעירה באם רוחי גבייתי אדוני לי ולא עירה באם רוחי גבייתי אדוני לי ולא עירה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ואין נעשה בחפצו כל הזר מלך שמו נקרא.
Let's join together in Hamotzi, then join each other for our Oneg Shabbat. And if I could ask the participants in tonight's service to stay behind just for one moment after we've made Hamotzi. Let's join together.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together. as our prayer is joyfully said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.